The European Union is taking a new approach to one of the most dynamic and contested regions in the world, the Indo-Pacific, a region that stretches from the east coast of Africa across the Indian Ocean and deep into the Pacific. Home to more than half of the world's population and nearly two-thirds of the global economic output. Recently, the EU updated its strategy for cooperation in the Indo-Pacific, the most significant shift yet in how Europe sees its future role in global security, trade, and technology. But what is driving this strategy, and what does it really mean for the United Kingdom and Europe as geopolitical tensions rise? For decades, Europe focused most of its attention on transatlantic relations with the United States, but the global center of gravity is now shifting east. The Indo-Pacific is the engine of future growth. Europe cannot afford to sit on the sidelines. More than 40% of EU trade passes through the South China Sea. European companies depend heavily on supply chains linked to India, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and of course, China. Any disruption in this region, whether due to conflict or political pressure, could send shockwaves throughout Europe's industrial base. The EU's strategy is built around one idea. Stability in the Indo-Pacific is directly tied to stability in Europe. From climate action to digital infrastructure, from supply chain security to maritime freedom, Europe wants to ensure that global rules are respected and that smaller states are not forced to choose sides in great power competition. The Indo-Pacific is home to several flashpoints that could reshape the world: the South China Sea, the East China Sea, the Korean Peninsula, and the Taiwan Strait. Competition for influence in these waters has intensified as China expands its military presence. Europe has taken notice. European navies have begun to conduct more missions in the region. France has a permanent military presence in the Indo-Pacific. The United Kingdom has deployed carrier strike groups. Germany and the Netherlands have sent ships on missions to demonstrate freedom of navigation. The message is subtle but clear. Europe will not remain silent if international law is ignored. The EU is also strengthening cooperation with Japan, India, Australia, and ASEAN partners, sharing intelligence, increasing joint exercises, supporting capacity building in cybersecurity and maritime monitoring. This action-driven approach marks a major shift. Europe is no longer reacting to events in the Indo-Pacific. It is trying to shape them. But there is a delicate balance. Europe aims to support regional stability without directly provoking confrontation with China. The challenge is to uphold rules without escalating tension. Beyond security, the Indo-Pacific is at the heart of the world's economic transformation. Clean energy, digital innovation, high-tech manufacturing, all are expanding rapidly in this region. The EU wants to secure better access to high-growth markets. It is negotiating trade agreements with Indonesia and India, expanding digital partnerships with Singapore and South Korea, and promoting green energy cooperation with Pacific Island nations threatened by climate change. One of Europe's biggest priorities is reducing its dependence on any single supplier for critical resources, from rare earth minerals to battery components. The Indo-Pacific offers partners that can help diversify supply chains. At the same time, Europe wants to ensure a fair and level playing field. It is competing with both the United States and China for influence in 5G technology, artificial intelligence development, and data governance. The EU's model promotes open markets, transparency, and high environmental and labor standards. The question is whether Indo-Pacific partners see this as an opportunity or as additional constraints. For the United Kingdom, the Indo-Pacific carries both strategic and economic importance. After leaving the European Union, Britain has sought to redefine its role on the global stage. London has joined the CPTPP trade bloc, strengthened ties with Japan through a comprehensive trade agreement, and tightened defense cooperation with allies like Australia and the United States. The United Kingdom's involvement in the U.S Security Pact is a clear example, with commitments to help Australia acquire nuclear-powered submarines and advance joint defense technologies. The EU's Indo-Pacific strategy reflects a major turning point. Europe is moving from soft power messaging to real strategic action. Not merely statements, but ships in contested waters, new alliances, and major investment in future supply chains. As global competition intensifies, Europe faces new questions. Can it defend its economic interests without heightening risk of confrontation? Can it maintain open markets while reducing dependency? Can it work with partners who have different political systems and priorities? The Indo-Pacific is becoming the test case for Europe's capacity to lead globally. It will determine whether Europe is simply reacting to the decisions of others or shaping the rules of tomorrow's international order. For European citizens, the strategy might feel distant, but its outcomes will influence everything from the price of technology to the security of trade routes that supply everyday life. This is not just foreign policy, it is a vision for Europe's place in a rapidly changing world. The EU is stepping onto a bigger stage, acting with purpose in a region where the future balance of power will be set. The question now is whether Europe can turn strategy into lasting influence. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.